Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we didn't get to during the course of the show today. You know, the news cycle has moved on from beyond the wildfires, even though there'll be a lot of people that are digging out for years, a lot of normal people. And, you know, I guess they talked about it a little bit at the Grammys, and it was really tragic when celebrities
big deal on
were.
The Grammys, yeah, they made a big deal.
Yeah, and the celebrities were, you know, losing their homes and stuff, and you know, it caught everyone's attention for a hot second, but then once it leaves the news cycle, people forget about it, and there's a lot of time that it's going to take for people to rebuild. But I did see one post from actor Milo Ventimiglia.
Ventimiglia?
That's it. I can never say his name.
I don't think his name needs to be pronounced correctly.
Yeah.
Just because of how complicated it is and Italian.
Yeah, and if you get Milo, most people know who you're talking about. Well, he and his wife, they welcomed their first child together just weeks after they had lost their home. So I guess, here's what happened, though. They were staying in a place. I don't know if they were renting or borrowing or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. They were staying in a place, and that house burned down because they were building another home. So you think, okay, they're just going to move to their new home. That house burned down.
Good grief.
So, like, yeah, they like had two hits, and so you're like hoping that, well, for them, you know, hopefully some of their stuff was in storage and they didn't lose everything. Like so many people lost in there, but his wife Jara had a really great, you know, attitude towards the whole thing. She says, I take it as a gift that we were able to essentially do a practice run for what was eventually to come, because they had gotten evacuated weeks before during another fire. I'm also grateful, and maybe they're the problem.
Right.
I'm also forever grateful that we were able to evacuate from the Palisades fire in the daytime. We could feel more prepared and not get completely caught off guard in the middle of the night. My family and I are together, happy, healthy, and safe, and that's all that truly matters. We're deeply grateful to all the heroes who helped fight the battles and the fires, and we care for everyone affected by them in the aftermath. So thank you very much. That was really nice.
Wow.
And then, you know, it's scary, though, especially for Jack, because this is how he went out, remember? Mm-hmm. In This Is Us.
Oh, the crock pot.
Yeah, and the fire and the smoke inhalation. I'm sure he was traumatized by this even deeper than most people, because he's like, my character died.
PTSD.
Yeah, am I right? Yeah, exactly. Like he's like, you guys have no idea what this is like, what I've walked through. That was a weird storyline. Like, I loved This Is Us. I thought it was a great show. The first two seasons.
Never watched it.
I really liked season 1.
Oh, phenomenal.
And then season 2, I had stopped catching up with it. But season 1, I thought was one of the best just overall seasons of TV that hit on like the emotional note. The acting was good.
Yes.
And then they surprised you with the twists and stuff. Like you didn't see the first twist coming.
The turns.
What's your problem?
Yeah, what is your problem?
Are you okay? She's been over here looking at, like, you know, a sad case all day.
Yeah, she's following the Blake Lively thing.
Listen, Blake Lively has it out for Justin
Baldini,
something like that.
Ventimiglia.
Anyway, we're not sure. Anyway, so Justin released a website that has all the documentation. The receipts are receding, and I've been slowly reading my way through the 150 pages. I'm now on page 37.
You are kidding me.
I've learned so much.
I care about nothing
honestly,
that much.
I'm on Baldini's side.
This is what's shocking to me. You're breaking girl code, and you're saying that Blake Lively seems to be culpable, or if not culpable, at least blamable.
And you're not just doing it just off of a hunch. You have done...
There's documentation.
Quote, unquote, you have done the research.
I mean, they have emails.
One-sided documentation.
They have emails.
From him.
Where are hers then?
We don't know.
If she's got them, then release them.
Or he made them up. I don't know. You're just taking one side as gospel.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Who are you to tell me I'm taking one side? You are the classic one-sider.
When I pick a side, it's right. I'm always right. I'm never wrong.
So I'm the wrong one.
When I pick a hill to die on, I die on the right hill.
I'm not going to fight this. No. You're being ridiculous.
It is interesting, though, to see, like, you...
Let me tell you just a little bit about what I figured out, okay?
Please.
The reason that I am on Justin's side is because in his documentation, he is proving through the receipts that Blake Lively took upon her this whole movie, and she made herself a problem.
Because he was the director and the actor.
Yeah, and she made it where he was put between a rock and a hard place where he couldn't recast her or he was going to lose millions of dollars and lose the people that he had partnered with.
Right.
And so he's just got to make it work. But she's making all of these allegations against him, which, if they're true, are terrible. But if they're not true, horrible on Blake's part.
Right, because
there are women that face these issues.
Right.
Honestly.
If the harassment issues or allegations are not true, that is super sad to me and so damaging for women's causes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, women that do that, I don't think they fully understand, and I'm not saying she did because I don't know, but I don't think they fully understand the damage that they do, because there's already a skepticism. There's already a, well, did she blame the victim? And that just adds fuel to that fire. And then you hurt the women that really, really were abused.
We found out today on GMA that the court case is not even going to be available till March of next year.
Yeah.
Insane.
So they're going to be slugging this out.
How are we supposed to wait this long?
I know. They're going to be slugging
so
it out
invested.
in the media for that long. And then, they say time heals all wounds. If they each move on and it just gets forgotten about and they're each being successful, they probably a year from now, maybe it's like, okay, I guess it's not that big of a deal. We're fine. But where it's so heightened right now, and if like she damages him and he can't work for a year because people won't touch him or vice versa, then it will all come flooding right back.
I could see this not working out for Blake and Ryan, because if you go on TikTok, it's all there. Most of it, I would say 70%, is blamed towards Blake Lively.
Which is so surprising.
Not towards Justin. No, I don't think it's surprising, because Justin's the one that has all the receipts, and
Right.
Blake hasn't released anything. And so we only have what Justin... And it would be hard to, I think, disprove what he's claiming when he has actual emails, text messages,
Right.
all the things. Like, how are you going to disprove that? I think if I were her, I would want to move the court case up, because I would think the longer it takes, the worse her career
Sure.
is going to take a dive.
Yeah.
Hers and her husband's.
And you wonder too, was it one of those things where they're a power couple in Hollywood, and so did they think, well, we can just run over this,
Maybe.
and we'll crush this and move on?
But by reading what I have on the website, it feels like that Blake Lively's her bad character, her meanness on set towards Justin came out of nowhere. So I don't really understand that. Like, what spurred this on?
Maybe
what happened?
A advance that was not taken, something like that. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. But here's the thing. Okay, as we talk about this today, in the future, when it comes back up, because it will inevitably come back up. The one thing that I won't stand for. Like, you can take her side, that's fine, and you can have half the information, that's fine, I whatever it is. But the one thing I will not stand for in this conversation is bad-mouthing Ryan Reynolds. That's the one thing that if it happens, I'm going to shut it down.
Hey, do you...
That!
No, let me just... this is stating the obvious. This is a fact. Martha Stewart, do you remember what she said about Ryan Reynolds?
No.
She said...
What did she say?
She said that
He
he's
was
really
the
not
nicest
a funny...
boy in the world.
No, she said he's really not a funny guy in real life.
What?
Yeah, she said on set he's funny, but in real life, no.
What?
I've always
He's not nice at
commenting.
all.
I've always heard the shtick that he is, like the witty, quick mouth. Like, I've heard that's just what he is all the time.
Yeah.
And that it gets old.
Yeah, okay.
In person.
I'm not going to listen to anything a criminal said.
What? Oh, Martha Stewart.
Yeah, right there.
Well,
there were
and
people
also,
there, right
too-
there, that went, "Hey, what about the politics we're in right now?"
Well, and also,
Martha
too,
Stewart's going to be on the Super Bowl ads.
Yeah.
if Ryan Reynolds takes a nosedive, what am
He
I going to
won't.
do about my cell phone service? Because I'm on
You
Mint.
are in Mint Mobile.
You're on
I'm
Mint.
on Mint.
Yeah.
That man's got such a wild business model for his life,
Yeah.
whether it's acting, because he's got acting, Mint, owns a British soccer team.
Oh yeah.
He does some wild stuff.
Yeah.
Cool
Well,
guy. Great guy.
Let's get on to what we came here to do, and I'm very excited.
I'm
about
sad
this.
there's only 2 of these.
There's only 2. Oh,
Sometimes
So-
we have like 5.
I know.
This is an article that I found on ultimateclassicrock.com.
Oh, fantastic! I love that you read that. You subscribe.
Yeah. They claim that they have nailed down the top 15. Wait.
Lead
There it is.
singers.
The top 15 best hair metal
And
frontmen.
yet we're playing
100%.
two clips.
Oh, yeah. How is this possible?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because number 3 and number 2 are the same band.
Same band?
Yeah, but just different people.
Oh, it's got to be Van Halen then.
So
It
a
has to
couple of people that made the list. Well, wait. Could you tell me who would you put as the top 3 frontmen?
Oh, that's a good question. Top 3 frontmen.
And let's compare them.
I'm going to put Diamond David Lee Roth in there.
Wait. Let me find Diamond. What?
David Lee Roth. He's the front man for Van Halen.
For Van Halen. Okay.
Yeah.
Who else?
He is without a doubt one of the greatest frontmen ever. Now he's cheesy as he got older, but like back in the day,
Define
his heyday,
cheesy.
it's when you get too old and you're still trying to do it,
Bon Jovi.
it's like no.
Huh.
I wonder if they put Bon Jovi in that because Bon Jovi wasn't
bet
always
he is.
considered. Yeah, he is hair metal. He was kind of softer though.
But what would you? Okay, if David Lee Roth is your number 1.
my number 1?
Okay, who's
And
number
we're talking
2?
about just hair metal.
Yep.
Then. Okay. I'm gonna go David Lee Roth because it was a spectacle. Bon Jovi,
Okay.
and I wouldn't put Axl Rose as hair metal though. They might have gotten kind of lumped into that. Maybe
I'm not saying what you. I want what you think.
what I think.
What you think are the top 3.
Okay. Yeah, and then
So David Lee Roth is your number 1.
yeah,
Then Bon Jovi is your number 2, and number
Right.
3 is Axl Rose.
I'm gonna have to go with that. Although I think that's not right.
Okay, well, interesting. So I'll give you Bon Jovi was number 6.
Oh, what in the world? I don't even know what is above them. There's no way it's Tom Kiefer
Well,
from Cinderella.
Oh, Tom Kiefer, did he make the list?
He's no way he made the list.
No, I didn't see him. Coming in at number 5 is Sebastian Bach of Skid Row.
How did I not say that? Oh my gosh! I'm so mad. I locked up. You know, like the 5-second game. Yeah, I did because like Skid Row is like one of my.
Sebastian is so disappointed.
It is
in
one of
you.
my favorite bands of all time.
I
When
don't know. That's not who you named.
I know when I got to meet them, like I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so great!" And I hung out with the bass player.
Sure
and
you did.
I did, and
Yeah,
like,
but you
and
locked
the
up.
guitar player
Don't
Dave
even
the Snake
remember 'em.
Sabo made fun of me.
For
'Cause
what?
I'm like, "Oh, dude, we got the same jacket because we did. We had the same leather jacket," and he was like, "I'm getting rid of mine." Like, nicely done, Snake.
Okay, coming in at number 4
Okay.
was Joe Elliott from Def Leppard.
Jeff Levin.
Joe Elliott?
Yeah, I mean, Def Leppard was a big band. I never thought he was a great frontman. You know, personally, like vocally,
number
he
4.
struggled live.
Coming in at number 3,
Okay.
Sammy Hagar.
Yes.
of
Okay.
Van Halen.
There you go. Thank you. Which one am I hitting? The number 1
Yeah.
one. Okay. No, that's David Lee Roth.
He came in at number 2.
That's David Lee Roth right there.
So Van Halen.
Okay.
What, you're so passionate.
Okay, wait. Should we fix this then? Well, who was number 3?
No, just hear me out.
Okay.
Number 3
Yeah.
is Sammy Hagar
Okay.
from Van Halen.
Sure. What's
his
Number
best?
2 is David Lee
Okay.
Roth from Van Halen.
Van Halen was David Lee Roth. Like, it was Eddie and David Lee Roth. Okay.
Was he the first frontman?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only. Like, well, and
Well,
I
then
liked
who's
Sammy.
Sammy Hagar?
Sammy was great later, and it got more pop. That's like Jump. Oh no, that was still Sammy Hagar. That was Dreams. Became Sammy Hagar. But they were great. Like, but it was just it wasn't the show that Dave did, you know, kind of thing. And so, like, I see why they are 1, like 2, and 3. I
Would
see
you
that.
put Sammy Hagar, though, above Joe Elliott, Sebastian
Oh,
Bach,
a billion
Bon Jovi?
percent. Now I
Really?
would. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Here's Sammy Hagar. Yeah, that's Sammy Hagar. He was the Red Rocker. He used to be his own guy. It was Sammy Hagar, and then he joined Van Halen after Roth left. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this is so bad. Like that I didn't pick Skid Row, because Skid Row is the band that I showed you with the guy when he got hit in the head with a bottle. And remember the
yeah.
crowd, and he
That was
jumps
bad.
into the crowd and
That was
kicked
rough.
somebody in the head,
Can't
but it
condone
ended
it,
up
but-
being the wrong person. It was a girl. I mean, that was crazy. Okay,
hates
so
That's your
Fine.
favorite.
yeah, sorry.
All right, so then coming in at
I don't even know who would be number 1.
coming in at number 1 is the one, the only.
Welcome to
Oh, really?
Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses.
Okay. This is the thing that I am a little shocked by. Like, I never put them in as hair metal personally. Like, yeah, they would tease it up here and there, especially Duffy. Like, he would tease his hair up. And Axl did when they first showed up on the scene. But, like, they were more like grunge metal kind of thing.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, like, I never put them as that. But, I mean, they were a huge band. But, yeah, the spectacle, like, Diamond Dave, he's number one in my book. So
No, he's not. You never even called him out. And
in
he
my
didn't
book,
even make the
I
list.
did say Diamond Dave. David Lee Roth. His nickname is Diamond David Lee Roth.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Because he's that fancy.
Okay. Let me tell you a couple of other people that were on here. Don Dokken?
Dokken, yeah, from the band Dokken. Yeah, boring shows, but like he's a great singer.
Jack Blades?
Oh, from Night Ranger.
Janie Lane?
From Warrant. I was going to say Warrant. Like theirs was a decent show.
Kevin Dubrow?
From Quiet Riot, yes.
Stephen Piercy?
Rat. Oh, Rat is a band that when it pops up in my phone, like on my Amazon, I never skip it when it's doing random stuff. I don't know what it is about them.
Dee Snider?
Twisted Sister. Yeah, it's a.
David Coverdale?
Oh, that's Whitesnake.
Vince Neil?
Motley Crue. Wow, how did I miss Motley Crue? Well, Motley Crue now is so much fun to watch because it's such a train wreck. He's the guy that when he sings and they have to put subtitles under him and they're all wrong.
Yeah,
he's
that's rough.
What is it?
It's bad.
And
And then finally, coming in at number 7 was Bret Michaels.
From Poison. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Poison was another like big showy show.
Welcome to the jungle.
They never no.
Yeah, that's them.
That is not it. Stryper didn't make the list. That's kind of sad.
No.
Stryper had a great show back in the day. Like they were one of the bands that were out.
Hair band?
Oh, 100% Stryper was a hair band.
If you were like the metal industry,
yeah.
Like, what did the metal industry as a whole think of Stryper? Like,
they
was
were an
Stryper
oddity.
recognized
Yeah,
by?
Stryper was recognized.
Even as a Christian.
Yeah, they were an oddity. Like, because no one else was really getting the acclaim that they got. There were a bunch of Christian metal bands, but no one got the acclaim that they did. White Cross.
Like Heaven's Fire.
Heaven's Fire, yes.
Why were they
Can we
so?
pull up some Heaven's Fire? Because honestly, I would have put them as my number
Me
one.
too, actually. The show was great.
Who was your front man?
That was me for a while.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, it's rough.
Be like, have you heard of that guy Wally?
But
from
like,
Heaven's Fire?
I went to see Stryper. Here's Heaven's Fire.
What somebody do? Love you like you are.
I know we run into problems with playing clips of music too long and it gets pulled by YouTube. Is this going to be a problem?
He died for you. Yeah.
Man, I wish I was making royalties.
So good.
Yeah, but like Stryper, I went to see them open up for a band called Hurricane. Or did Hurricane open up for them? I am! No, that's Rock You Like a Hurricane. That is a different band. That's
Almost had it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway. This one had the brother of a guy from Quiet Riot and Rudy Sarr. Not important. There's so much 80s trivia that I know. I was on a cruise ship and they did an 80s music night.
Oh.
And I went. And then unfortunately, like they had, out of 20 questions, they had like 3 or 4 that were metal, and the rest was like pop, like Duran Duran and garbage that I didn't know.
Trivia on a cruise is fun.
It is fun. Like I always, we always go and do that just because it kills an hour and it's fun.
Yeah.
So Stryper was seen as. They were seen as a smidge cheesy because they were all in on the yellow and
Spandex?
black and everyone had
That was
spandex.
rough.
But like that was their shtick and they were all in on it. And they got made fun of for like being Christians in this world that weren't like living the excesses of it.
Is Skillet kind of like this genre's
Or was it the next generation of
Bumblebee? What did you call
Stryper.
it? Stryper?
No, I think Skillet did a better job at earning other bands' respect musically, like when they would tour with them.
But it
and
was
stuff.
hard to get the respect when you were wearing Bumblebee spandex
Yes,
pants. Is
the
what you're
Bumblebee.
saying?
Well, you might not know this, but back in the day when they were forming Stryper, the guitar player for Poison, whose name escapes me, not Ricky Rocket, that's the drummer. Why is his name escaping me right now?
He don't know.
Nuts! I'm drawing a blank.
Who is it? The drummer?
No, the guitar player.
Guitar player.
Yeah. Oh, come on. This
or
is ridiculous.
Poison.
Yeah. Help me, please.
You need help.
I do. This is so stupid.
looks like it's abbreviations, a C and a C.
Oh, CC DeVille. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, he auditioned to play with Stryper.
One ugly man.
Yeah, he auditioned to play with Stryper. And so he was going to be the thing. But his reason that he didn't go with Stryper is because he didn't like the yellow and black motif. He liked purple. Funny. And Stryper wasn't changing, so he went a whole different direction.
Ridiculous.
I actually think that there was a thing recently, like probably 2 years old, about CC DeVille like coming to faith, kind of thing. And like getting back in faith like years later. Alice Cooper is another one that kind of left he grew up like under a minister's kid.
This has been really educational.
Well, you kept asking questions.
And these are stories of faith.
Yeah,
Porn.
exactly. That's the thing. I'm trying to bring it back from just the 80s metal to something like faith-based, knucklehead. So anyway, all right, well, let's do birthdays.
We have one, and it's Vanessa.
Hey,
Vanessa, happy
you're
birthday. And then we have a question from Rachel. She said, would you like to be a twin? Why or why not?
No. Well, the only reason I would is for the amount of people you could mess with. Like, that would be the only reason. But
would that outweigh the cons?
I don't know, because I would hate this sharing your birthday. I would hate that your mom wanted to dress you the same, and that like you never had your own identity.
You weren't unique.
Yeah, that I would hate. But boy, messing with people or letting them like take a test for you or something, would be great. Because I would have been the dumb twin. I pretty much know that.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. There's just too much. Unless you were raised in a healthy home, I think there could be too much comparison.
Yeah, it's like interesting because there's a dynamic with being an older or a younger sibling is that you do just get to grow up being like your own individual. And if you're a twin, I feel like you would have like you're already on the wrong foot in terms of like learning how to just be an individual. Like you'll always be that person who is a twin.
Yeah, and but when you talk to people that are twins, they're like, I loved it. I loved having that built-in best friend, and we had our own language, and we just knew each other more than anybody else could ever, and they spend their whole lives with that person. The ones that are really odd are like the ones that are like they go to the twin conventions, and then they marry twins, and like they're just all in.
I read about
being
that.
Too into it.
It was twin sisters and twin brothers that married each other, and then because of DNA, it was like their kids were cousins, but also
twins,
like something else,
weird.
Siblings or step siblings, or I don't know. It was really weird, and I was like, wait, what?
According to DNA.
Yeah, DNA stuff like time travel and like family relation, like DNA stuff confuses me. I can't ever figure it out. That's why, again, Betty, you were the smartest to keep your family straight as a twig.
Oh, stop it!
It just made it so much easier.
Stop it! All right.
Well,
on
with that
note, can Heaven's Fire take us out?
Oh, of course it can. Let's go. Big gang vocals. There you go. And you're welcome.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.